In this video, I'll be talking about 7 lessons that you need to learn from the movie Seven Doors. Guys, this is what I did here. 7 lessons you need to learn from the movie Seven Doors. So yes, it's a limited series on Netflix. Seven Door is a limited series that is currently on Netflix. It just came out as at some days back. So I have watched it. Yes, I watched all 6 episodes, and in this video, I'll be sharing 7 lessons that I learned from it. It might be more than that, but I'll compress it all in 7s because we are trying to stay on the team, on the brand. Okay, so 7 lessons. If you want to hear what all of this is about, make sure you stick to the end of this video. These are 7 life lessons that I feel the theme of the movie, like, we need to learn this. We need not to, yes, the movie is chef's kiss, okay, but we also need to pick out the lessons that this series is teaching us. And without further ado, guys, let's get right into the video, okay? Alright, guys, so let's talk about the movie Seven Door. I keep saying movie, but it's not movie. It's actually a limited series. So let's talk about it. Seven Doors is a limited series that is currently on Netflix, and it is produced by Mr. Femi Adebayo. Okay, I think I should be calling him Uncle Femi Adebayo because, okay, yes sir, yes sir. And let me tell you guys, I think I've reviewed one of his movie, which was the Thieves, Den of Thief. Yeah, I will look for the clip or look for the link down. By now, I've reviewed one of his videos. Like, he knows how to do epic movies and he doesn't miss. Okay, this one he did not miss. And while everyone was busy, giving him flowers, which he truly deserves for this limited series, I have also given flowers online, but at the same time, I picked out some life lessons from this limited series. And while we gloss over the artistic appreciation, we also need to emphasize the life lesson that we can actually pick out from this movie, because this series, when movies and all of this come out, actually is to teach us something. And I love it about Mr. Femi Adebayo's movie, and this was a good one. And before I go further, I really also want to give big ups the 3 writers. Yes, we have 3 writers that were behind all the episode of this movie, which is Mr. Tijani Adebayo, we have Yinka Laoye, and Oluyombo Shoyombo. I don't even pronounce it. Oluyombo Shoyombo. Yes, these 3 people were the people that wrote each of the episode of the limited series. And because I was saying, I need to give the writers flowers, to kudos to you guys. Without further ado, guys, let's get right into the life lessons and all. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead, click the subscribe button right on your interface. It's very simple. Join us on this on this side of life. And also, please make sure to click the like button of this video. It just helps YouTube to recommend it to other people. Please help other people find this video, because I need people to learn the important lessons that this series is actually teaching us. So let's get right into it. Now, the first lesson I'm going to be saying and all is, life is not one way. Life is not one way. There is no perfect ending, and every day is a struggle. Okay. It seems like it's a whole lot of sentences, but let me break down what I mean by that. So when I say life is not one way, life is not it's not perfect. Like, when you think you have life all figured out, guess what? Shocking. Life will not show you that. You think you have me figured out? Okay, what about this? What can you do about this and all? And this is something, so let me break it down here. I will try not to spoil the movie, but I'm going to spoil the movie. You also make sure you watch it, okay? So these are what I saw in the movie that made me deduce this. Is because, for instance, King Adejoye, the main character, the protagonist of the movie and all, when he became king, that was when several things began to happen. Now they felt, if you become king everywhere, the community will be okay. He became king. After becoming king, then he was informed that, these are the things you need to do. Okay, you did all of that, then you became king, then calamity began to happen on the community, and they told you, oh, if there's calamity, oh, you just need to, knock on the 7 doors, okay, 7 doors, and all. And then you did your knocking on the 7 doors, right? I'm trying not to spoil it. You did all of that, thinking, oh, that will resolve the issue. You did it, yet it didn't resolve the issue. After doing that, they told you, oh, no, it's another thing. You did that one, oh, it's another thing. There was always one thing or the other that was always happening. When they say, oh, he sent the 7 wives, the 6 wives, and they told him, oh, if you bring the 6 wives back and you guys live in one love, the community will be back to normal. Which again, he did that. Did it stop? No. So he now decided. Then they said, oh, it's another solution. Like, there was just one thing or the other, one struggle or the other that he needed to keep, in there to keep conquering and all for him to have that stability. And even the ending of the movie shows that, oh, he won the war, everything. But the truth is, if that movie prolonged, there will always be another thing. And that is how life is. Like, you can't say, oh, when you say, oh, I just want to make 1 million, you make that 1 million. Before you know, you'll be thinking of, I need to make 10 million. This 1 million is not doing me again. I need 10 million. You begin to, you shoot higher for the next big thing. When you make 10 million, it's not enough for you. You're not saying, 10 million is not enough. I can do 100 million. You begin to, put in the more effort for 100 million. Before you know, that one too is not enough. You begin to shoot higher and shoot higher. Like, there is never that stage you get in life that, oh, everything is easy breezy. Everybody wants to get rich. Let us ask the rich men. If you ask rich men, what's your dream? Even rich men still have dream. Like, that doesn't make sense. Even rich men, they still have dreams and saying, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and oh, I intend to do this. It never stops. The hustle never stops. Like, the hustle never stops. Life never stops. Like, you can't say, oh, okay. And that perfect example is people say, oh, education, just get your education, everything is sorted. When you get education, they'll not tell you, after getting your education, you need a good job, okay? You'll not be like, when you get your good job, there'll be peace, right? You have achieved, you get the new job, then they tell you that, oh no, you need to marry, with all this success, you need to marry. Then you get married. It doesn't stop there. The pressure doesn't stop. Life doesn't stop in you getting married. When you get married, then you're not told, oh, you need to give birth. You give birth to one child, life doesn't stop there. They'll not tell you how, no, you can't just one, you need siblings. You give birth to 2. Like, it never stops. And even when you finish, like, maybe you say, okay, you want to give birth to 4 children, you give birth to 4 children, it still doesn't end, because they'll not tell you, no, you need to take care of your children, like, they need to have the best life. It never stops. Like, where does it end? There is no ending when it comes to life. Like, the only ending point is death. Okay, death is the only last bus stop of anything like we are going through in life. So I want you guys to take this, and this will also help you to don't worry so much about life. Like, do that which you can do, okay? Do that which you can do part-time, and don't overthink life, because there is no final bus stop except death, okay? It's when you are dead that life will not come after you, like, and everything will pause. But while you're still living, there's always that one thing. You can't feel, I've achieved this so I can rest. No, there's always that one thing, that next thing you need to go for, that next thing you need to do. So this is one lesson that I learned through this limited series, and I'm just like, you know what, I know that some people were really angry about the fact that, oh, why did the Ifa divination not just tell him what exactly he needed to do? That's how life does not work that way. That's what you need to learn from this series, or 7 doors. The next point I want to talk about is about generational curses. Yes, this is a very big thing in this series. Yeah, it's a very big thing, because all the old issues that King Adebayo had to go through was not because of his own doings, was not because of the things he did, like the ill things he did. No, but this was something that his great father, who I'm sure he did not meet or anything, it was because of something his great father committed. Guys, make it make sense. Make it make sense. And if you're a Christian, you know the scripture that says the sins of the father will be melted on the son. That, I know I did not say the Bible verse, but if you're a Christian, you know that Bible verse, like the sin of the father will be melted on the son and all of that. It's a thing. It's a thing. And as Christians, I also want you to know, even if you're not a Christian, right? Even if you are a Muslim, whatever you are, right? there's something called generational curses, okay? And it's advisable that you actually look into what's that generational curses in your family. Everybody have that one thing that's plaguing them. Find out what it is, okay? When you find out, then it helps you know how to deal with it, okay? It helps you know how to deal with it, because if the king Adebayo knew about the generational curses and what his ancestors has done, I'm sure he won't have gone in for the king stuff, because he really wanted the simple life. He didn't want to marry several wives and all. So I'm sure he would have not gone for that kingship stuff. So it is actually very important that you make findings about what are the generational curses that exist in your family, or if you're someone trying to get married into another family, make inquiry what are the generational curses they are experiencing. It doesn't mean you have to face it and all, but being aware of that generational curses help you to know how to attack it, how to deal with it, so that you don't become collateral in the damage, right? Because King Adebayo, his children became collateral in the damage of his ancestors, which was quite terrible. So yeah, generational curses are a thing. Make inquiry about what they are and deal with it as quick as possible. So the next point will be do your findings, okay? And this third point will also lead me to the fourth point, right? Do your findings in the sense of also what I've stated about generational curses. If King Adebayo has done his findings about his family, he would have known. He would have known. He would have known. So doing your findings, because there was a time when he was having a conversation with the Ifa priest, and then was it the Ifa priest? No, the what they call them, the people that ordained king. I can't remember, but Yinka Quadri. I knew he was having a conversation with Yinka Quadri, and Yinka Quadri was like, "It's not my job to tell you what your ancestors have done. That should have been your family. That should have been your fathers in your own house that should have told you," which was right. And and I also believe that if he had done his findings, even with the Ifa people and the people that coronated him and all, he could have found out all that he needed to find out and all. And so saying, "Oh, I didn't have adequate information, and that's why I'm ignorant." Ignorance is a disease, okay? Ignorance is a disease. We clearly saw it in this series. You can't say because I was not aware about it, so what's my own? That was your own. You will come back and meet it in front. So ignorance is not an excuse. Make inquiry, make findings. Like, some people want to travel. You don't make findings about where you're going to. Make it make sense. You want to take up a job. You don't make findings about the job. Make it make sense. You want to move to one. I remember when I was going to relocate from Lagos to Ibadan. I made findings. Like, I knew people in the city even before I came to the city. Through my findings, through YouTube, through social media. Like, there are some creators, for instance, Rejoice Screen. I knew Rejoice Screen online before I even met her in person, before I even became close to her, or due to the findings I was making up about Ibadan, the new city I was moving to. Some people would just go with the flow, that when we get there, we'll figure it out. No, life is not like that. Make findings. When you get there, that figuring it out. If you've made findings, it would have saved you a whole lot from just jumping into it, not knowing what to expect. Yes, I hear this thing, "Oh, just do it." Yes, just do it. When they say just do something and do it afraid, because I know that there's a recent graduation speech that is currently trending about just do it afraid. That speech is right, but there is a part that is not being said. Just do it afraid, but do it with enough information is important. Just do it afraid, but do it with a lot of information that you've learned about that thing. Okay, you want to open a business, you now say, because I told you just do it afraid, you go and just start the business. There's no sense in that. Do your research, do your inquiry about this business. Is this business right for me? Where is the best location for me to set up? Or what funding do I need? Who do I need to get involved for my business to scale up within a month, within a year? Do your findings, okay? Don't just go in doing it. Yes, do it afraid, but do it with knowledge beside you. That's how it will help you, okay? All right, so the next point, which will be my fourth point, is about interracial marriages. Yes, there are pros and cons to interracial marriage. Yes, I'm going to say that. Okay, I'm going to say that. There are pros and cons to interracial marriages, and this movie actually depicts it. This series actually depicts both the pro and both the con to interracial marriage. Now, King Adebayo is a Yoruba man that is married to an Igbo woman. Okay, that's the Amaka lady and all. And yes, the love was sweet and all of that while they were in Lagos. But once they moved to the city now, when he became when he was coronated during the coronation day, when the wife, Ayalba, was asked to speak, you saw when Amaka was speaking in Yoruba, and then the chiefs started saying, ah, no, I can't hear what you're saying, no, please, please, please. Then she had to now speak in Yoruba. Yes. Now, what if Amaka is the fact that she knew how to speak in Yoruba? Some people would not know the language. You want to marry somebody that is not of your tribe, but you don't want to learn the language. Make it make sense. You're not saying, if you speak his language, let him just be speaking. No, 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 no. What about if Amaka was that kind of person who didn't know how to speak the language? Then on coronation day, some chiefs are now making jest of you. So somebody else will come and be doing interpretation. No. If you want to do interracial, intertribal, inter whatever, outside your own race, your own tribe marriage, okay, make sure you can speak the language, you know the language, you can finesse around the language, setting, even if you don't know the language fully, like you can finesse certain words so you don't look lost, so you don't look, just anyhow, like, oh, who is this person? And then they'll sell you off, You want to know certain words, finesse certain things around the culture. You also want to know the culture, which, still boils down to the previous point about information. You need to ask findings. Oh, how did they do things? Like, oh, okay, what do we need? For instance, something I noticed why I really loved the portrayal of the Amaka and the King Adejudoye's marriage was the first time they came they left Lagos and came to the village for the whole process of the whole ordination. I realized that the hair she was putting on, guys, the hair she rocked when the whole community welcomed them with their kids. She understood the culture. She knew where she was coming from, and she respected that and went to it. There are people that will say, "Oh, you want to do inter-tribal marriage, but you don't want to respect that culture." It's not done anywhere. It is not done anywhere. If you want to marry into a culture that is not yours, please know what the culture entails, know what the culture demands from your hand, and if you are able to go with it, good. If you cannot, please don't come and cause fight or kata for a family. Just remove yourself from the situation. Like, you must be ready to embrace the culture. It's quite important, and I like the fact that it was portrayed well in this movie. Then also another pro that I would say of intercultural marriages that was portrayed in this movie was when the final scene when the king needed to go and fight, right? Why the Ifa people were doing their own chants and energizing him, empowering him for the great war that was ahead, right? Then you could see Amaka's people, the Igbo tribe, came out with their own their own powers also to fortify him, and it was just a very beautiful blend. Like, even during the king's coronation, while the Yoruba were like the dominant, displaying their culture and all, the Igbo people also came. Like, is our daughter's is our in-law that is getting coronated, we'll be there, we'll support. It was so beautiful to see that that interracial marriage play out. Yeah, it was so beautiful to see. And yeah, this is one of a kind of thing that happened. But why we can now say, oh, because we know most interracial marriages are not always like this. Like, it can be like this. Like, it can be like this if we just open our minds, if we open our minds to it, if we open our hearts to also learning about the culture. You can actually have culture mix beautifully and sweetly. Like, you can have, and everyone will respect his culture. Because if you notice, when they were trying to fortify him, like when the Igbos clan came to fortify him before the final war, nobody were looking at them funny. Nobody was pursuing them that no. If our own Yoruba people are fortifying, that's enough. No, everybody respected each other culture, and I think that's a thing that in this era, right, a lot of people are lacking. Like, you see conversation online of people saying, oh, these soups in this tribe are trash, or oh, this is the best soup. Please, now let's respect people's culture. Like, let us respect. Like, your own culture can exist, doesn't mean that another person's culture should go into extinct. No, everybody's culture can exist and everywhere will be fine. Okay, we cannot exist equally, and nothing will do you, nothing will happen to us. Okay, so that was something I really enjoyed seeing in this movie, and also something I believe that as human beings we should learn. And guys, moving into 2025, please, I beg you, I want to plead with you, please respect people's culture, please. Yes, it might be something absurd in your own culture, but please, say John, please respect people's culture. Like, please. Just finished recording and realized the sound was bad, so I have to just come back and retake this. So we'll be quick. The next point is one man downfall does not equate you succeeding, and this was depicted when Otsun and his wife, when they were discussing, and the wife was being empathetic towards the loss of the king's child, and Otsun kept saying, "Oh, yeah, more, more like sorrowful things will happen to the king because of what they did to them, everything," not knowing that more, your own too is coming your own way. Not knowing he was also going to lose his own daughter as well. So yeah, that actually just really taught me a lesson that one man downfall, you don't mean you will be on top. Okay, no. So empathize with people when they are going through stuff and all. Don't always think, oh, it can never be me, or it can never be you. No, don't do that, because your competitor in the same business you're doing has a hard time or a break-in or something. Don't mean oh, that's when you are not celebrating that. Thank God do. You don't know what's going to happen to you in the nearest future, in the nearest minute. So no, empathize with people and move on. Okay, your own success is your own success. It's not because a man downfall will now make you succeed. No, if it's your own time, you will succeed in your own timing. God is not a partial God of, oh, let bad happen to this so that good will happen to that. No. Good can happen to everybody at the same time. Thank you. The next point I also want to talk about is anyone can be tempted. Okay, say this with me. Anyone can be tempted, and this I learned with the storyline from the Opayemi family. Right now, this is the family that were in charge of the Opa and all. And if you guys remember the first scene when Prince Adeoye, the prince that wanted to be king by force, was coming to bribe them. How much do people want to collect? Everything. They really stood and were saying, oh, their values. This is not what their family is for. This is what their family is for. I was really proud of them. That okay, thank God, though, these ones will not, they will not babadi for the king, Adedoye, that kind of thing. Only for, and again, only for Opayemi to actually be the one that will betray the whole family. Like, I wasn't expecting that, because in the old scene, I was expecting that maybe it's the uncle, like the guy looks like that one that will fall for money and all. I didn't know that it was going to be Opayemi, because Opayemi was the one with the loudest voice saying, no, this is what our family stands for. We won't do it. Only to be the loudest was the one that was not tempted. So yes, guys, you can be tempted. Anyone can be tempted. That person that you think is high, or even you, for instance, you hear someone, for instance, okay, as ladies, right, you hear, oh, someone took in and all. Maybe they are not married. You now begin to say, oh, that can never be me. It can be you. It can be you. Don't ever say never. Okay, don't never say never. Yeah, it can be you. Or oh, someone made a mistake. Maybe a bad mistake, or maybe a mistake that you think, with knowledge, why do you don't judge, because it can be you. You just do not know. So yeah, don't think, oh, I'm highly disciplined, it can be me. Or I have high standard, it can be me. It can just be you. Okay, thank you. And now to the final point, which I kept to this moment, is that love always wins. Yes, love always wins. And this was depicted in several ways in the movie. First off, I know you guys will say, yes, the king and his wife. I'm not going to start with that. I'll come back to that. But the first love will always win is the king's father, Mr. Agunbiade. Okay, yes. And the love was depicted in the fact that, number one, like when he had that, this is what the Okpa family wants to do to his son. Guess what? He went to go and tell his son immediately, right? And yes, the security guards were barring him from entering the palace, but he slept outside. He said, no, I'm sleeping outside. And when he finally got into to inform his son of what was going on, time had already gone by that time. And then the Okpa guy had already come into the palace. And guess what? To shield his own son, he went to, hold the staff, which no one was supposed to hold it. Anyone that holds it will die. And he risked it. He risked his life for that and all. And yes, guys, not everybody can do that. Okay, so let's applaud him. Love always wins. That's the father love. You say, oh, father, it's not father love, it's not parental. Not all father can do that. So Yeah, take notes. So yeah, we applaud him for that. That really shows that love will always win, and all that he went to shield his son. Now, another, of course, a brilliant one we always saw was the king and his wife, King Adejunloye. King Adedunjoye and Amaka, his wife, like they really depicted all through the season of love you always win. For instance, when he didn't want to even take the kingship stuff, the wife, persuaded him, oh, please take it, and all. When he took it and they were like, oh, you needed to marry more wives, this guy was like, instead of me to marry more wives, let anything down to happen. I'm just going to shield away from that. Like, we are not here for it. Love always won. Even when the wife also didn't want it, Amaka didn't want it, she was going to leave him, but when she saw, oh, this guy's about losing it mentally, she came back for him. Love always win and all. Then let me not even spoil most of the whole scene. Let me just go towards the ending when the guy fought the Isura or whatever and all. And when he came out from the fighting, who was the first person to hug him? By then, this guy already had 7 wives, but it was only one of the wives that went to hug him. Where was the other 6 wives? Where was the other 6 wives that want to be Olorioba? They were nowhere to be found. It was still this one wife that went to hug a man and welcome him back into the society. So yeah, love will always win. That was such a beautiful way to end this series, actually. Like that particular scene, I'm just like, this year he choked for singles, man. He really choked for singles. But yeah, love will always win. Even if you are single, just know love will always win. Okay, you'll find the love of your life, definitely. And God's love, oversees oversees everything. Okay, for God to love the world, He sent His only begotten Son. For whosoever believeth in Him will not perish but have eternal life. Okay, wow. I finally said a Bible scripture very well. Interesting. I applaud myself, man. But yeah, love will always win. That was also a life lesson I picked from this series. And in conclusion, guys, I'm just going to say it. Okay, I would recommend that you go see this movie if you've not seen it. It's on Netflix. 7 Doors is on Netflix, guys. Go watch it. And also let me know if I missed out on any life lesson that you saw that you think we can learn. Let me know in the comment section, because I'm sure I didn't say all the whole life lesson. There are some things I could have missed out, so let me know in the comment section. I want to learn, because I plan on rewatching this movie over and over. So I would like to actually quickly read your comments before I go and rewatch it, so that I can have that in mind when I'm watching it, so that I don't miss that and I can pick up on it when I'm watching it. So please leave your comments of the life lessons you learned. Let me know in the comment section. Thank you and God bless. And yes, thank you for watching this review, this life lessons that I shared. Let me know what you think about it. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you've not done so. And please, the most important part of it all, make sure you like this video, guys. Like this video. If you don't even subscribe, don't worry about it. Just like this video. Keep your subscribe one place. Like this video. Make sure to like this video, please. What that does is it helps this video to get out to people that need to get this video, people that will be interested in watching this video and learning and all, so that we can also learn. Because one thing I see, my own perspective might be different from someone else's perspective, so that we can all talk in the comment section. So please do make sure you like this video and all. It's just that and just like it till it all blue, and then you're fine. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really enjoyed myself. It's been a lot of takes on this, but yeah, we are. It's over. It's over. We thank the Lord. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one, guys. Bye.